Ah, thank you. 101 episodes. I've reached 101 episodes. Stream. Thank you. I appreciate that. Really, I do. Yeah, that means 101 streams. That means somebody out there wanna know what's going on with what's going on with the world. You know what I mean? Even if it's with the wish on. Come on now, keep it coming. Keep it coming. Welcome, Saint Center Sobriety. It's my not my 100th episode, but 101 streams. Uh, Thank you for coming again. Grab a chair, something to drink. You know what I mean? And see what we do. I Let's start off with. I wanted to do it with some hosts, some co-hosts, and then I don't know. Felt like all right, well, let's just go. And some things that we need to. I want to go over. Oh, look at my doggies. Cut it out. I got the book. Yeah, I got the book. Ready to dive into it, but I don't got my glasses. Yeah, I don't got my glasses. Bro, if I haven't told you before, getting old fucking sucks. I had no idea about not about taking care of my body and the need that I needed to take care of my body to get me ready for the shit that I'm dealing with now. I mean, I got arthritis in my shoulder. I don't know how many people got arthritis in their shoulder, but that shit fucking hurt. Yo, I don't. They talk about rehabilitate, rehab, and some injections, some gel shot injections, rehab. Come back to me. I ain't had the rehab yet, but I absolutely had the um, cortisone shot, and I mean, no way, bro, no way. There's no positive way that you could tell me that that is how I'm potentially finna feel for the rest of my life. See the patch on here, bro. My knee, both of them, on my fake knee right now. That nigga cool. You know what I mean? He cool. Just left John, man. What's wrong with Honey? Bro, I ain't even doing nothing. Come on, man. I got some jazz going on in here. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. Getting old sucks. Seriously. Yo, there's got to be a better consolation prize. It does. Yeah. I look jacked again. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, I like that shit. I'm jacked now, for those who's watching. But anyway, yeah. Bro, it just sucks, man. Like, I pee 100 times a night. Like, ain't no real sleep going on there. Most of the time, I'm just either in pain or gotta go take a piss. My God. Nobody ever told me there was gonna be days like this. Not even them niggas in the jail. You know what I mean? Them old heads in the jail. They never told me to be days like this. You know, everybody walked around like like there was no, like they ain't got no goddamn pain. Like, well, that nigga, well, what the fuck did you do that I didn't do? You know what I mean? To preserve these goddamn bones and muscles. So that's that's my biggest concern today. You know what I mean? Getting old. And I like to tell you, while you're getting old, your mental stability. I don't know. So today, talk a little bit about again mental health. Mental health. I really think at the end of the day, you know, like I said before, after you're getting clean from, after you're doing all your drug and you did your drug for the period of time that you've done it, you know, I don't think that going to the rehab is not just the only thing they need to do. For one, I just really believe that psychiatry and drug and alcohol abuse should be in the same category. Like they should run neck and neck. Because, listen, you run your life for so many years getting high, the transformation of getting, when you're getting sober, what did you do? Gotta fix that too. I can't keep operating the same way it was when you were getting high. How many? Like, what's the statistics on? Does anybody know what's the statistics on? The reason for people getting high, or not just getting high, because sometimes it's the curious George, the peer pressure. You know, sometimes people get you got some to get addicted when they get into like car crashes or some type of accident, and they get a get a little hooked to those pills. Eventually, when the scripts are up and shit, those pills cost a lot of money. Street, and if you don't come off those things properly, sometimes they can. If you, for me too, if you abuse taking them throughout the time that you're taking them, I think, versus taking them as prescribed, I think that helped a lot too when I took the perk fives or perk tens for 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, oh, the marijuana probably helped the detox, because I didn't go through no detox. I didn't go through a withdrawal after taking those oxys for 6 months. But I didn't abuse them neither. I took them as needed, but the only thing different, I was smoking weed too, so I really couldn't, you know. But most of the time that I thought I was going through withdrawal, like right when I first started, before, I stopped psyching myself out. I was like, ugh, I got an achy stomach. But I really didn't. I was just faking myself out, you know what I mean? Faking myself, not, psyching myself up for, the crazy stuff. So I don't know what to say there. You know what I mean? Because, I was taking oxycodone for like 6 months. So people that, you know, say they got hooked off of taking them while they were hurt, maybe there was some more. Not saying that it didn't happen, but I'm just saying, I don't know. Not everybody's everybody either. Everybody's body and mind don't operate the same. Right? It's like snowflakes. No matter if you think that, oh, this person acts the same as you, this person acts the same as you. You can't. Like, you don't really act the same as me. You might have some traits. We might have traits. can't nobody be me, you know. So that's for if I can't be nobody else. I guess that's just a thrown around word that, you know. Oh, and over to the last episode, I was trying to come across the soul thing. So in the Bible, it talks about soul, you know, the soul. Doctors don't talk about a soul. That's what I was trying to get. You know what I mean? Why is that? You know, a lot of people believe in this soul thing, you know, because our soul will lift up for the woo woo woo, because it was, you know, said in the Bible. Then I'm like, you know. And then somebody said, you know, it broke my soul. He broke my soul. I said, well, where do you go for that? Where do you go to get that healed? You know, you go to the doctor? No, the doctor. The doctor is church. The doctor is the mosque. The doctor is the synagogue. You know, it's the doctor. That man above, not Jesus. Let's get off that. Not Jesus, not the Holy Trinity. God. Now, I was trying to make a point the other day on the podcast about, you know, some things that I ran into and then I felt like, you know, was kind of, you know, kind of strange to me. Not kind of strange to me, but just eye opening. Like, and, you know, and then I was on a step trust, you know, and you want me to trust without, you know, doing my own research or doing the research. But when I find the research that doesn't sound right, somebody is like, you know, obviously you didn't do this and obviously you didn't do that. Well, hey, I know what I'm talking about. Now, whether it's whether my narration of how I interpreted it or not is right, it's just that's on me. But at the end of the day, I know the story. I know the story. I know the story the way it was written. And sometimes I'm just saying humans are liars. So once you put your, you know, once you put your hand on it, you know, when you put your hand on that, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I had rather had happen? No, but I can't, you know, as if somebody had said, and this book dropped up out the goddamn sky right here, bought me in my motherfucking head. I opened it up and it had these words on it. And, you know, I ain't know how to read or write. So, had my companions read this John to me, and at the end of the day, I motherfucking came up with what, you know, I'm articulating what this man is saying. Where you get the book? It dropped out of the sky, hit me in my motherfucking head. Versus this guy, Gabriel coming down. Again, do I believe in God? Yes, 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 I do. Do I believe in religion? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But it's hard for me to, again, I'm always in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, I want to be in the right place at the right time for once in my life. So I'm going to do my own research and then I'm going to put my narration to it. And then I'm going to follow with whose narration is better. If the scholars said, oh, well, I can't break it down. I can't break it down no more than this. So this is, you know, in order for you to really fully, truly understand the meaning, be able to narrate it yourself, you have to read the Arabic. Well, I don't foresee me learning Arabic. I don't foresee me learning Arabic, so I put together humans' words, more or less to say. Humans, the scholars of today that I know. that we know of, so of what they were supposed to have read from someone years ago that wrote these things in the Quran, Bible, right? So, yeah, that's my take on religion. So I'm gonna find out the truth. And as of right now, you know, Christians is like, seriously, like you're on the clock. You know, you're on the clock. Are you Buddhism? Are you like Buddhism? You're on the clock. That's all I'm saying. Because Christ was started by Apostle Paul. Christianity was started by Apostle Paul, from my understanding. And Apostle Paul was a criminal. So Apostle Paul started Christianity, and you guys are following Christianity, which the same person, especially the black people, same people as our slaves had followed, you know, Apostle Paul, slavery, Christianity, and then black people jumped on it, made it baptism. But still, why? Where could we get the understanding and the definition first, or what it was going on? Did y'all know? When was it that y'all knew? I mean, obviously a lot of people didn't care anyway, because we can even go back to the national anthem. And like I said, I love America. I love the country that I'm from. But you tell me a song was wrote by a slave owner that we all celebrate today, I would say that's kind of ludicrous. Yeah, I would say that's kind of ludicrous. And it doesn't even matter because it was a guy, and supposedly the song wasn't even meant for us because we weren't even free at the time. You know? We were just the brave. And you want me to trust? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. And don't ask me to read the Bible and stuff like that because at the end of the day, why what after all I know about who started Christianity, right? One, who was deep into Christianity in the start of time, you know what I'm saying? Like who kind of like owned Christianity, you know what I mean? It's for 450 plus, I'm just going to take the 450 off. I just say 400, which is fucking crazy. And then y'all adapted that. Black people adapted that. Same person that they were praying to. You thought that was the person. That was the person that was going. That this was the crowd that was going to get you out of what y'all was going through. Which yeah, because yeah, I don't get it. And then, like I said, I've had some encounters with Christians that no man, seriously, that were crazy. It was crazy. Kind of like it's not our shit, but you act just like it. The people that that was made for possibly Apostle Paul. This dude was a slanderer of religion. This dude was a slander of religion. You know what happened? This con, Apostle Paul, found a cat that was going to keep him safe. That's only my, you know what I mean? It's only my interpretation. He pissed off somebody in some decent places when he was on his little ramp. He needed a savior. He went to jail. By the way, cliche. Everybody finds God in jail, you know. You know, he gets out. Hey, God introducing to Jesus, right? Just, I don't know. Like I said before, hey, understanding. Apostle Paul started Christianity. He didn't write the books. He started Christianity. He didn't write all the books or whatever. I don't know how it is. I just know Apostle Paul started Christianity, not Jesus. Jesus was a Jewish. He was trying to be Jewish. You know, he was studying to be a Jew. Let's just put it that way. Okay, can we leave it at that? He wasn't a Jew, but he was a Jew. His parents was a Jew. So yeah, Hebrew, but who Hebrew were Jew? They were just they were Jew. They were Jewish. Hey, can we? They were Jewish. I think there was too many religions out there besides shit that you didn't really want to get into. I think there was Islam, and I think there was Jews. There was Islam. I think there was Jews. Remember, Jesus Christ didn't start Christianity. They started it in the name of him. Sounds like a statue worshiping to me. That's just to me, though. I mean, and like I said, I don't have to read the book to understand that where'd you come from, right? I didn't even want to get on this, but since I'm sawing away at this drum, I mean, that's I don't want to hear any Bible scriptures at all. What I want to hear is how much trust did we really have in Apostle Paul, and how did we change everything around? Sort of like his blonde hair, blue eyes. How did we change everything around, right? Everything around. And put Jesus into this situation. And we believe it. And we kept it. It's the biggest, I think the biggest religion in the world. If I'm not mistaken. It's almost like idolizing, idol worshiping. So more than half of the world, majority of the world, is idolizing, worshiping idols, more say than God. Jews don't even recognize him as a prophet. Islam, Muslims do, but Jews don't. And yeah, that was his people's. So I mean, the same. I ain't making this shit up. This is shit that was told to me and that I read, and then I'm sitting here thinking as it was being told to me all the times, and I read some things, and I'm like, the fuck is going on? You know, Jesus said that there was somebody else coming after him. You know what I mean? They had told somebody said Moses had told the people Jesus was coming. So each, prophet with a prophecy, right? Can't be too far off what's going on because it's a prophecy, so it's gotta kind of coexist together, right? Or not. We could change prophecies and all, which, you know, we kind of did when we Christians, Muslims, instead of Jews, come together, Islam, or it just was a Jewish. I don't know how to put it, but at the end of the day, we're not supposed to be apart because there's not separate gods. There's one God. There's many prophets, but it all were trying to fulfill a prophecy. So when the prophecy was supposed to be filled, it was supposed to be filled with Muhammad, right? Like I said before, Jesus did say somewhere in the Bible, it did say somebody else was coming after him. And y'all told me it was the whole, somebody, a Christian, told me that he was talking about the Holy Trinity. So, and again, can anybody, I mean, if, if Jesus is God, right? I know y'all keep saying that he came down, that was him in physical form. Really? No, really? Come on. Not even saying any of this to bring anybody to Islam. I'm really not preaching for Islam. What I'm saying is solely on me. It does not have the effect on any of what Muslim people or anybody in Islam thinks, to my knowledge. This is just me and my own interpretation of the things that I've read and the things that have been told to me. And I can't just sit back and allow and so think that, okay, yeah, I'm going to keep going and just, this is, it just is what it is. And like I said, I mean, it's just my opinion. So that's just what, and anything wrong is I'm going to have to pay for it anyway for, spreading, bidad. I mean, you know, bad news. So I'm just, it's my interpretation. We don't even have to get to the Bible. I mean, the Quran. And what does it says in the Quran? I'm telling you that the Quran just acknowledged Jesus as a prophet. You want to talk about it was God, and first you want to talk about it was the Son, and then when that wasn't believed, I guess enough, everybody was like, "Oh no, 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 you got it wrong. See, it wasn't God. It wasn't God's Son. All right, see, that's where you got it wrong. It wasn't God's Son. It was God. It was God in the form of a person. Yeah, God had to come down in the form of a person to make shit right. Like he, you know, I don't know. It sounds corny. It sounds fucking crazy to me as I'm saying it too, right? So I mean, I can only imagine. No, I can't because you just believe it. Hey, there's no big news flash saying, "Hey guys, I think we got this one wrong." You know, hey, can we? I mean, acknowledge all the fuckery going on in the world right now. Breaks, fire outbreaks, floods. And you get something completely wrong, and you're not trying to change it. That's when he says, you know, I'm going to show you, you know, right? I don't know, man. Hey, listen. It's just things that, like I said, my interpretation of things that I've heard, read, and seen seem like some kind of same thing, read, whatever. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna keep getting into that shit or like that. Anyway, today's been a good day. Yesterday was. I was supposed to go the other day, but was it yesterday? No, I couldn't go yesterday. Uh, Emotions, man. Like I said, my mental stability. And I know we were supposed to talk about that, and then we started talking about Jesus. I had broke all up for the Jesus topic. I already know that, but yeah, I mean, mental health is crazy, man. And it's like I just started taking this new medication, so I'm on three. I'm on three psych meds right now, which I one was one too many for me, but I let this lady, I kind of like had trusted her, a little bit, let the wall down a little bit, because she says a couple key things to me. Wordplay is real crazy, you know what I mean? Like, so I said, yeah, I pay attention to people's words and how they say it, and when you say something that's kind of, my antennas go up, and then I don't really trust you anymore. Because it's like, oh, no, I didn't mean that. No, you meant exactly that. You know what I mean? There's no, yeah, no, 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 no. I know. Anyway, so I'm on three types of, and I'm on some Wellbutrin, and I'm on some Wafacine. And then, what's this other Joan? Fluorotine, Fluoronextine, or whatever. Um, So I'll tell you what they are, well, what they're supposed to do. So the guanfacine or whatever is supposed to make me concentrate. But it kind of was like another drug that piggybacks. So this is how I got it. It would piggyback off of the next one to keep my moods from then. Neither one of them were really working to my knowledge. I mean, I think I was going through some of my worst, some deep episodes before this. Now this right here is Prozac. This generic Prozac. Old Prozac. Old Prozac. And I'm gonna try to tell you this shit right here will make you not have a bad day at all. And it worked immediately. The last 2 days, last week, bad, bad. My therapist asked me, my therapist, drug and alcohol therapist asked me months ago, said, what are you afraid of being clean, being sober? I laughed at her. Nothing. What are you talking about? Uh, are you kidding me? I'm ecstatic not to be sober. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be nothing I'm scared of being sober. You know what I mean? She was wrong. I was wrong. This is what I'm scared of being sober. When my mental stability ain't keeping up, I guess would say, or it's just has taken its own course. you know, Like it's just a break. It's like a freaking takeover. No, bam. And like I said, you're laughing and you're crying at the same time, or you're crying and you're laughing. You know, smiling, just in the worst fucking mood ever. And then there's a lot of things that get to me. That probably scares me being sober. But at the end of the day, I'm sober. And I'm going to stay sober. I mean, so like I be on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that from time to time, and I start I start getting upset, like, and I'm like, damn, look at all these likes for this hoe just jumping around on the trampoline. Excuse my language, I didn't mean that. This female, look at all this female right here getting all these likes because she half naked, or she completely down there naked. And then some of the people I say, I mean, they're plants. They gotta be. Because doing the same thing I'm doing, preaching freaking positive sobriety, positive change. And I keep scrolling. I'm not cute enough. Anyway. Yeah, well, so those are some of my things. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's my journey. It's what I'm going through. So hopefully these joints, I know. I say right now, I don't think without these, I wouldn't have been on this joint today. So, be a goop. I gotta watch my weight. It doesn't matter anyway at this point. I gotta watch a lot of shit because, I got a combination of shit, Fucking can't control my mental stability and I can't control my goddamn body from breaking down. These are the shits that I got to accept, right? God, kill me. No, I'm just playing. 988. There's the gays. And I get crazy sometimes, you know. Alright, I'm gonna stop rambling. I had some things to talk about, but I figured I'd do one real quick just because I had 101 streams. For myself. As I didn't really think anybody would listen. And I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. And for those out there, I don't know. Go check out a book called Let 'Em. LATTHEM. Uh, it's okay. I really think a lot of people, we some my wife. I'm like that all the time. I tell people to let them. I don't care. I don't care. And it would eat me up if I didn't say nothing. If I know it, you understand what I'm saying? Like it would just. And it would eat me up. I don't know why. It just really, it just does. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. My fucking brain is crazy. It just does. It wants me to care. I don't want to. Seriously. This thing is like, it doesn't stop. It's, seriously, I need it turned off. It doesn't stop. I mean, whatever. Like I said, today's episode is about mental health. Again, 988 is the mental health hotline, suicide hotline. Fucking God. That's another person that's been helping me out through this journey is God. You know, so just some things. Before we go look for help for anybody else and everything, let's try to look for Him first. You know, everybody's Muslim. You know, that is a believer. Believe that, because that's all we are as believers. Believer in God, one God. That's all Muslim means. Serving a God. You know, Islam is just peace. You know, that's what we all want. Peace. At least that's what we should want. Good things. I'm starting to bowl better. I'm starting to bowl better. My wife is starting to bowl better too. Big ups to that. Um, yeah. Damn. Uh, Getting better at bowling. Even though I'm getting old, still getting better at bowling. But let me tell you something. I see all old black people on bowling. I just all old people in general. Big ups to y'all, and they be fucking. They be putting that bop bop. Bop bop, and they be talking that shit too. They be talking that shit too. Remember, go check out the thing. Congratulates for the 101 stream. Keep fucking listening, please. I love y'all. Thank you. Again, go check out Let 'em if you're a reader. If you're not, put it on the audio book. Let it play. Um, and what else? Again, mental health is fucking crazy. Yeah, again, go check. Yeah. We already know. Yeah. I know. I don't got no bad side. I don't want no bad side. But what I'm going to try to do is, on the flip side of things, is I try to keep my negative talk down towards other people, and start thinking that I'm better than everybody. Maybe. What you want me to do? On your past, change your future. Who don't want to have a good time? Till next time. Oh, and God said, let there be. Niggas and bitches. I'm sorry, I didn't mean. Brothers and sisters, friends, family, people from all over the world. Have a great and blessed day. Right before I leave, can't forget this. Let's get a moment of silence for the still sick and suffering, and the ones that didn't get the help in time and who are no longer here. This thing doesn't stop, and we will keep fighting, and we will keep help trying to make people know that they're worth it, and they don't need to. They don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. So much other better ways to have fun. And remember, you are loved. If you ever need a place to go, talk to, email me, DM me. Again, subscribe, uh, subscribe, subscribe. You already know. Again, I want to also give a shout out to Pamela Austin. Rest in peace. Definitely missed. Even though we didn't really talk to each other no more, just the fact that not knowing that you're not here no more because of some. It's a bad choice. Bless. I love you. I always will. I almost forgot to. That's crazy. Thank you. I'm sorry. Till next time, Saint Sinner Sobriety. Come on back. Thank you for coming.